Hello. If you missed the last part, to catch you up real quick, we're asking this demonic creature right on our screens right now if she is in fact possessed.
Why, I'm the one who granted a poor family's wish so long ago.
To what end? Why hide it any longer? It's obvious we're not going anywhere, and if you're going to turn us into your loyal dogs, it would be nice to know who we're serving and why.
A coronation. For my queen. I am a force of nature, spreading my gift far and wide from the mightiest of monarchs to the lowest of sentients. And my gift will birth an army for my master. The legends and myths giving rise to perfection. I am a fraction of what she is, but I am sufficient for you mortals. I am darkness, a terrible blight, the chill down your spine. All your kind know me.
Guys, I just gotta chill down my spine. Whoa, Primrose is here.
Well, but what you're most intimate with is your nightmare.
Nightmare? You don't mean like with Princess Luna?
Even a powerful princess can be overtaken by fear.
But that isn't the whole story, is it? You can't fully control your host's emotions, can you?
Are you challenging that fact?
I'm stating it. Primrose, you did this for the Begabel children. You said so yourself. That's love, Primrose. Whatever you did, never forget that reason. Focus on that. You're not a slave to this parasite, Primrose.
Parasite? How dare you!
Sprite?
I'm so sorry.
A pair of Sprite? Soda?
Hazel, I never wanted this. My little turtle. Did I really ruin your life? Was it all for nothing?
Maybe.
Am I so useless I can't even help those I love? Ah! See how futile this.
Did you know that David H. Murdoch was born in 1923, so 101 years old, and was born in Kansas City? Because I didn't.
Fear of her own consequences far outweigh her love. Fear governs all.
There are stronger things than fear. She can overcome this.
I believe you're the one causing the most harm, letting her out just to see the extent of her failure. That's the cruelest thing you could have done, my little pet.
Pet?
Pet.
Yes.
Pet.
It's taking far longer for the effects to take hold with you. Intriguing. But I grow impatient.
I'm just gonna lay it straight with y'all guys again. I'm out of juice again. I got some of my juice back in the last reaction video. Literally, to me, it was like 10 minutes ago. But I got some of that sauce back, some of the juice back, and I've lost the juice again. I've lost the juice again. It's gone. I got nothing. I genuinely have nothing to add here. I can't think of anything.
Now he will be mine. As is she. As is the rest of her bloodline. And soon so much more.
He's completely gone now. This is impossible.
Yeah.
Now is not the time for panic, Saffron.
Back.
We've got a job to do.
Dr.
We don't get out of this situation by groveling. We think. The answer is here. We have the answer in this orchard, but how do we utilize it?
You know, the more I think, actually, you know what? I think I might have somewhat figured out why this episode feels more different than the other Dr. Hope's episode. Because you see the doctor here changing into the dog, basically, and he's basically just out of the story for now for a little while. And we're putting now the focus on Hermblock over here and his assistant. With Derpy also out of the picture, and God knows where TikTok is. He's chasing after Derpy, I guess. But it's kind of felt like that Hermlock and his assistant are the main characters of this episode. Episode 12 to be specific. And the thing is that Hermlock and his assistant are kind of forgettable characters. To me, at least. You don't really seem as well developed. Their dynamic really just isn't that all that interesting to me. Even their dynamics with the other characters. And everything about them just like, I don't know, it doesn't click with me. It feels stale, boring, something that doesn't really work or make sense, I guess, in the Dr. Hobbs and his assistant series. Because, like I mentioned in the last part, episode 12, part 1, one of my reaction videos, the series itself is very, like, it has a lot of comedy in it. It's got a lot of, like, comedic characters, comedic moments, and it's very wacky. You know, that's mostly what you come to the series for. It's the way they're going to play with the concept they have in a wacky sort of way. And, of course, there are moments in the series where it gets more serious, you know, the stakes are risen, or you just get, like, a really nice emotional moment. And those types of moments are very, very welcomed. But with this episode, it just feels so much less wacky, so much more grounded and serious. And like I said before, again, in my last part reaction, there are times where the series has gotten more grounded and it has worked. For this one, it just, I don't know, like, yes, I get that there is a demonic creature on my screen right now. Yes, this is wacky, but it feels boring wacky, if that makes any sense. It feels safe wacky. It doesn't feel Dr. Who's wacky. It feels safe wacky. And I feel like the two main characters here, Hermlock and his assistant, can't even remember the assistant's name. That's how forgettable this character is. Forgot Hermlock's name as well in the beginning of the episode. Like, I feel like it highlights how just boring this episode is to me. I'm sorry, I just really don't like episode 12. I don't know what it is about it. Did I seriously just say I don't know what it is about it? I literally just went on a 3-minute rant, 3 to 5 minute rant of why I don't like this episode. I'm tired, man.
What can you possibly do? My hounds have you, and once you've consumed the Lunar's Bane, you'll be just like them.
Basil.
Whoop-de-doo.
It's up to you, kid. You did it before, didn't you? Bring her back?
Did I?
You have the strongest bond with her out of all of us. She can still hear you, Basil. Remind her of her love. This was out of her control the second that thing got involved.
Do the hum.
She cares.
Do the hum song.
But it's over.
Do the hum!
I want this to end.
Wish granted.
Oh. She did the hum.
What are you doing?
She's
I
humming.
understand now. Now, Basil, don't let her go unaccompanied.
Okay.
No, stop! She's mine! You hear me? Mine!
Oh, yeah, lyrics.
Brush against your face. Good night, sleep tight. The wolves will not bite.
Miss Primrose!
Well, that takes care of the hounds.
Couldn't have done it better myself. You've really come a long way since your first case with me. Perhaps there is a deductionist in you yet.
You do realize now that you've said that you can't take it back, right?
Oh, don't gloat.
Miss Primrose! Miss Primrose, are you okay? Is it over?
It's
I don't know.
No, it isn't. But I deduce we're at the beginning of the end. It's
the
just
beginning of the end, you say? Huh, isn't that an MOP episode name? I'm so funny.
answers we need now.
Where's my sister?
Still got like 25 minutes left.
She's down in the old cellar. But
Old
you
cellar.
shouldn't. It's too late for her. I'm certain.
You are also certain of your bond with that creature and your plans. It's not a day for certainty, wouldn't you agree? Now, can you move?
I think so.
Then lead the way, and bring the good doctor with us. Let's go for a walk.
Doctor still a dog? I see.
It's just down this hallway.
Not
Who
another
is
step.
that guy? Is that the father? That is the
Mr.
father.
Bakerbell.
Hi.
No show. Did you miss pain that much that you came looking for June for another
Why is there
dose?
blood on your horn? Is that blood?
So much. The least I can do is save what remains of my family and end this
Probably
charade.
not blood.
Ha!
Father, stop!
But boy, what are you doing?
She knows where Hazel is. I'm not a prisoner, nor am I your only family.
Hazel.
Please, Father. She's not entirely at fault.
There's a train passing by. A train, you say? Huh. I was reacting to episode 7 of Friendship is Witchcraft, and they were advertising buying a whole train, like a whole 20-ton train or whatever, put it in your bedroom, just for $30. And I may have accidentally spent $30. So I think my train's arriving. I think my train is arriving. I think a train's going to crash into my wall, very soon. I may die, but hey, I got a train in my bedroom. That's pretty cool.
And she wishes to amend her crimes.
Where's Raspberry? She ought to see this too.
She locked herself in her office. Said something about being the only one not dooming this family.
The only one not trying to help, more like it.
Please, sir. I want this to end just as much as you do.
Ah,
My daughter and
same.
we'll talk. And do something about your own hound. He's slobbering all over my carpet.
Rough.
Thank you, Father.
This is a dead end.
My family knew a great deal more about this house than the Bakerbells ever would.
My word. This goes down to the cellar.
Not exactly. To the old cellar, where my family used to conjugate.
Be the door
Whoa.
to reveal our moment of
Oh, I love that artwork. Oh, I love that posing too. Oh.
Hazel.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Hi,
sorry.
Hazel.
The dosage I gave her was far more than the others. My other side didn't want the truth getting out. I don't know if anything can be done for her at this point.
No, not after all we've been through. Not after all that. We can do something here.
So I'm still a little confused. How I forgot her name again. Primrose, the maid. How she got that second side of her, the evil side, the weird demonic side. I'm still a little confused on that. I'm pretty sure that's my fault because I keep drifting in and out, which is my bad. But I'm still confused on how the hell that happened. Something to do with the nightmares. Again, my fault. My bad.
But what can we do?
She's alive. We're in a position to do something about it. Primrose, tell your other half if they're still clinging to this game. You haven't beaten me yet. You hear me?
Hemlock, give it a rest. Getting angry will...
Wait. Oh, June. You, the lullaby. Why did you sing it?
Huh? Well, it was a strong bond between Basil and Primrose. So I thought it would be something not able to be linked to negative emotions.
But it also worked on the hounds, didn't it? There's something
Yes.
magical in that melody that acts as a sort of pacifier. Primrose,
Yes.
where did you learn it?
My family taught it to me as a way to control the hounds and that it... But it was just a myth, surely. This is centuries old.
But if this has a sort of effect on them, then it must be part of some sort of cure.
They only hinted at it.
So I guess the nice side of Primrose taught the little lullaby song instead of like, because I guess the evil side, the demonic side, all like the devious planning and such, and then like the nice side of Primrose was the part of her that taught the whole song, which makes more sense because why would the demonic side teach, one of her weaknesses to the children? Makes sense. Answers that question.
There's no official mention of it being so.
Well, we have to try. Chestnut, get the poor girl up to the library. That's where we're going. We'll find the truth, even if we have to take apart every last book in there.
Why not just
now.
try to sing right now?
We're so close. I won't be beaten like this.
Quickly, sir, we must try to rescue this mare. This is a very dramatic moment right now. This is a turning point in the story. We just gotta. This is the tragic part. The guitarist, wham, wham, wham. Just end on a wham, wham, wham.
Not this one. No. Come on, there must be something, anything in here. What the?
Derby, you're back in the story. Hey, how's it going?
Give me a break.
Hi, TikTok. I missed you.
TikTok?
You were supposed to be keeping us safe and well away from all this. You had one job.
My job, for your information, is... Well, charity would technically be more accurate, but I was a mechanic. And there was no mention of dog watching. Never again.
This mic is definitely different. I
Where's
gotta
the
mention that on the
doctor?
last
We need to
action.
sort this out now.
Running circles around my sister and Derpy. We're now playing together.
More like the dog toy in this case.
That was terrible.
No. This couldn't get any worse. No, stay, Doctor, stay. No, stop, cut it out. Bad, Doctor, not you.
Rough. That's rough, buddy. I'm still alone.
This has been a bizarre day.
Not really.
Primrose, that lullaby helps calm them down, right? Maybe so TikTok can breathe again?
Ah, yes, with lyrics, please. That might help us if we knew all the words. They may give us a clue to this cure.
At once. The wind whispers.
That was almost a jump scare for the song. I'm gonna just go to bed. Where's my pillow? I'm gonna get my pillow. Oh, you what? You want me to get a blanket? Buddy, I'm ahead of you. I've had this blanket the whole video. Look at the last video. Oh, it could barely fit on the chair. Get the blanket, all over my body. Well, I'm awake. I'm a loud snore. I'm sorry. So if I don't fall, it's like.
Something caught your attention.
Those lyrics sound like herbs.
Herbs?
There's kiss, dreams embrace, sheep tracks, heart's desire.
Ah, my hypothesis was correct about that one. Since Heart's Desire affects a pony's cutie mark, I thought that it might work to counter the crescent moon cutie mark that appeared.
Sleepy daisies is another name for chamomile, which helps with sleep. Sheep's tracks are a common potion ingredient. It's supposed to
quell anxiety, and promote good dreams. I was given sheep's tracks as a full when I was having nightmares, and dreams embrace is perfect for insomnia.
Silver vine, feather tips, clover honey. Most of these ingredients have something in common.
Peaceful sleep.
The opposite of nightmares.
Him? If we're done getting excited over greenery and plants, we still got a crisis on our hooves. We can utilize these plants in some way for a cure for the hounds or whatever is possessing Primrose. We have to get a move on.
Perhaps it's both. The lullaby affected me greatly, and while my other half could return, it hasn't yet. Maybe it's because I sung it again.
Let's not take that chance.
Sleepy daisies, clover honey, silver vine. Ah! We have all of those in this very manner. This way.
I'll stay with the dogs to watch over.
You are responsible for both my friends' safety now. Don't make me regret letting you.
They will be safe. I promise.
Is that
Pulls out Glock.
Should be. It's a good thing I had to study potions in medical school. Now, TikTok, since you seem to know your herbs and potions, give me a hoof with this and let's get this done.
Certainly.
Father,
Where did the water come from?
a word, please?
Of course.
Why did Primrose not attack you? You revealed her plan and yet she spared you?
Perhaps her subconscious still viewed me as someone close. Maybe she needed me to stay in charge of the estates. Or perhaps I wasn't worth converting.
Are you the father? Who are you right now?
Why
Who's
would
talking?
you?
I have been horrible to you, son. Do not
Oh, it
argue
is the
that.
father. Okay.
It is the truth. And I took out my own mistakes on
Again, no visual aid. I'm just a dumb idiot. I can't remember voices. I'm so sorry. That's just my fault. That's just straight up my fault.
you, because I was very much like you when I was your age. Hating my family name, wanting something more for myself. But I just accepted it for the good of every pony else, and not for me.
Accepted being part of the family?
Accepting the arranged marriage. The paint lineage had to be continued, and, well, I won't get into it. And it made me feel even more of a failure when my wife, who never liked the arrangement either, found love not from my efforts and sacrifices, but in her children. I went cold. Jealous of my own children. You were so good to your sister as well, and she loved you
This
back.
book is nice.
While my own sister has from birth looked upon me with disdain and disinterest, not bothering with the rest of the world, not even her closest relative. This family ruined me. I feel a husk, merely serving to continue it through some insanity because I felt the name was all I had left.
I had no...
I feel like this episode also has a problem with trying to do too much in too little time. Like, both parts of this episode are like an hour long. Like, watching these two episodes back to back, you'll, considering that probably some people would pause at least for a little bit whenever watching this, it's like pretty much just straight up 2 hours of Dr. Hooves and his assistant content. And even with the 2 hours, I feel like they just try to do too much with the time that they had. Either they should have split this up into 3 parts, or cut back on some of the stuff they were trying to do. Because also with his father thing, like, again, I barely know this guy. I don't really know much about him, and he's had like 2 scenes in this episode. I guess 3, I don't know. Anytime he's on screen, to me, he doesn't really make any of an impact. Doesn't have that much screen time according to my memory, and just terribly learn about him via dialogue from the other characters, but I want him to interact with the other characters in real time while I'm watching this, or else I'm just like, okay, so this guy's probably like this. So, like, when he's, like, doing this whole backstory spiel, you know, about his, like, his wife and, like, children and all that kind of sort of stuff, like the other things, I feel nothing. Wow, what a surprise. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
No idea. I'm so sorry, Father, that you went through such pain alone.
After all this, I will try to make it right. I swear it.
Father.
Okay, it's ready. Here, doggies. Din-dins.
The tone shift to din-dins. Why does the water look green?
It's Baskervilles! Whew, I was dying to get that out. Why didn't I notice sooner?
What happened?
Oh, it's Derpy's new voice.
Feel my tongue.
Derpy! You're you again! Brilliant!
Mostly.
Oh, Derpy, thank goodness you're all better. That will never happen to you again, you hear me? Never.
What? Okay, we'll make sure of that. Whatever that was.
Hazel.
Yeah, it's still gonna take me a little bit to get used to it.
Basil?
Oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for everything.
As am I, my sweet little girl. As am I.
Daddy? What?
It's over now. No more missing ponies. No more Luna's Bane. No more hounds. You're safe
Yay!
And now, Primrose, it's your turn. Let's see if this works. Drink up.
I hope it does. I really do. I don't feel any different. Oh no, what if... My head!
Miss Primrose!
That was like a storyboard.
Get back! It's fighting! It's... No, not yet. Not yet. I was so close.
See, this artwork is really cool, and I like the little, like 3 frame animation that I got here with the whole, this whole thing. Why are there no sound effects? Why is there no, like, music to aid this? Why? This is supposed to be, like, I assume this is supposed to be, like, a pretty, like, climactic moment here. I don't know.
Oh, this isn't over. I am merely a fragment of what is the true nightmare. You will all succumb to the fear someday?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
My head.
Is it gone?
I no longer feel her presence. I think it's finally over. I'm free. We're free.
See, even with that transition, this makes me feel like this part is unfinished. Like, they wanted to do more stuff with this scene. They wanted to add more stuff to, like, aid in the impact of it. And probably even some of the earlier scenes, they wanted to do that. But I feel like they wanted to get this episode out at a certain time. So they were kind of rushed, or, like, they kind of just left some things unfinished. That's the vibe I'm getting from this episode. Which might also explain why I don't like this episode as much as I did the other episodes. I think maybe this episode has either rushed a little bit, something to do with production. I think it's just something to do with behind the scenes. That's just my take, though.
And just like that, we got a happy ending after all.
Riveting. Now, Primrose, we need the truth. What was that thing that possessed you? All this mention of families and protection. Where did it all begin?
Very well. I'll tell you what I know. My ancestors lived here before the land was ever claimed. But then an awful stallion, Macaron Bakerbell, he came and took the land as his own, chased them out. They tried all sorts of things to try and get their home back. They tried reasoning, and he would have none of it, unless they agreed to be his servants. Desperate, they accepted, and they toiled endlessly for him, obeying every whim because their home meant that much to them. Then one day, one of the younger members of the family felt fed up with all of it, and she started delving into hexes and curses, hoping there would be something that could work in their favor. It was as if fate had blessed her, for as she was searching for herbs to use, she found a strange flower that spoke to her. It knew all about the family's pain and her desire to have revenge, and it promised her a solution. But only if she accepted the entity as her master and allowed it to possess her body. And that's where it all started. Her firstborn, and their firstborn, and so on, all inherited the entity, and I'm not sure, would guide their actions so that the Baker Bell family would see nothing but tragedy. And that's all I know. The nightmare never said where she came from or what she was.
This Luna's Bane. Well, now that I'm not canine sandwiches short of...
Yes. I totally got all of that. I totally listened to all of that. And did not, unpurposely, stop listening. Because that would be bad. That would be really bad. But assuming they explained how the nightmare creature, the other side of Primrose, came to be with... Yeah, cool. That's cool.
Short of a picnic and properly focused, I think I can find out a little more of this plant's origins. It's composed of oxygen, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide,
silicon dioxide.
Soil. That's from the moon.
What? Are you saying
flowers from the moon?
From outer space?
Flowers from the moon.
That's impossible. There is no way the origin can be determined from such a device. Just look at it. There's nothing there that can display that sort of information.
Oh yes,
so
I
where
would
are
love
you
to look
getting
at
it?
it.
Just because we have no proof of where they came from doesn't immediately make them alien. Be reasonable.
If we eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
That sounds like something I would say.
I've been waiting all day to quote you, but I promise you, and to you, Baker Bells, and Primrose, something will be done.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, bless you, friends. 1,000 blessings upon you.
Both families are forever in your debt.
Don't you know
I've sneezed 1,000 times,
Not
thank
just
you.
Us. All the hounds can be cured, Mother included.
You're right. Oh, I can't
the mother's
remember
a hound?
being this happy. Thank you.
You could tell how bad I am at listening during this episode. When I didn't know the mother was a hound. I thought the mother was just dead. Or maybe the mother is. I don't know.
Thank you.
I think we're all ignoring a monumental elephant in the room. Namely, what do we deserve?
A great big hug for all the pain and scary stuff you've been through?
I
Heck
meant
yeah,
punishment. One way or another, most of our whole household has committed numerous crimes, and have been doing so willingly.
But it wasn't your fault. It was that creature that was possessing Primrose.
Try explaining that one to the authorities. I won't have Primrose take the whole fall. She's been through enough for her to be a scapegoat.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir.
We could cover it all up.
With how far spread those myths and nightmares are now, do you really think it's possible to cover it up? Every shred of evidence accounted for, and utmost trust in each and every pony here to keep silent.
I wouldn't want our saviors to be caught up in this as well.
A decision needs to be made. This is complicated. What do you reckon, Doctor? Doctor?
I reckon therapy.
Didn't you want to stay and help figure it out?
No time. We got to find this source. And if it's affected one little family this badly, imagine what an entire moon breeding these plants could accomplish.
More like you
Are we going to the moon?
over this domestic case.
Monsters, time travel, the infinite void of space and world-shattering events, that's my jurisdiction. Legally,
Huh?
I am no authority. I
Are
think
we
it's
going
best
to
left
the
to
moon?
Hemlock.
Well, wait!
Oh, this delightful fellow.
Are we going to another dimension? Are we
as
going to
usual,
the
I
moon?
see.
Snooping? Oh, for Olympia's sake, I was just merely securing the perimeter.
You were spying on us, weren't you? Still! There was a flash when the lullaby was sung. It wasn't anything magical. It was your stupid camera.
Ah, it's
well,
the Kramer
I
guy.
couldn't just leave
Pizza
the
Pony.
truth of vague memory, could I? I needed to contribute.
Well, I suppose that's fair. Good on you.
Huh? Wait. Aren't you gonna, like, you know, yell at me more or demand that I scratch your head or something?
History, Scoop. Ancient history.
Well, okay, good. Because this is it. This is the story that's gonna prove my words as a journalist. I just know it. Heroes and the Baker Bell Curse. That's the headline. Imagine it, me, Scribble Scoops, giving you inside looks at the adventures of Hemlock Stone. The media would eat this up. It all starts right here.
I would not eat this up.
Whoa there. Before you get ahead of yourself, I ask that you leave me and my companions out of this. I don't want us getting any media attention.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I guess I could manage that and still make the article look good. Don't you worry, I won't...
You probably could. You probably could, considering the Doctor and Doggy and Derpy not have much of a presence in this episode. They didn't do much. They did stuff. They did contribute, but they didn't do much.
Tell us all about you. You know, except maybe my boyfriend, Whistleblower. But trust me, he can keep a secret.
Oh yes, Whistleblower is such a reliable sounding name. Calling me reassured.
Doctor!
Oh, speak of the devil.
You! After all that, you're just going to up and leave?
Why not? Isn't that what you do? Rather than deal with all that paperwork and legal schmeagle stuff?
I suppose you have some form of a point. But really, not even a goodbye.
Didn't think I mattered.
I don't want to say goodbye.
You do! Wait, let me try that again.
And by the way, I don't want to say goodbye because you don't deserve a goodbye, Hemlock. I don't care about you in the slightest. I mainly still dislike you. All right, so I wanna leave you. I don't want to say goodbye. I just want to get away from you.
Try that again. You intrigue me in so many ways.
Don't bring him along.
And now
don't bring him
you're
along.
going to do something even more incomprehensible. How? What are you?
Some mysteries aren't worth solving. After all, that's what makes them so exciting, isn't it?
And you knew so much about me.
Again, don't look into it so much.
You're from a parallel universe.
You're open to that idea?
It's a theory that hasn't ever officially been disapproved, and is a popular one in the scientific communities. Some say Star Swirl created a mirror to other realities, though it hasn't been proven. Yet. Besides, with all you know about me, all you don't know about where you are, your uniqueness, it was the only theory that made sense.
Well, I'll let you be the judge of that.
It's so hard for you to admit that I'm right, isn't it?
I like being clever. Sue me.
I could. I'm more up to date with the legal schmeagle.
Get out.
You know what? Get out of here. We're suing you.
Out of here.
Will I see you again?
I do need to report
I
a
hope
job well
not.
done, so maybe once more.
How do you manage all of this? All you've been through today, and not even a second's respite, going off to another crazy adventure. What possesses you to take that sort of risk with such glee abandon?
The answer, my dear Hemlock, is elementary!
Because elementary is magic. That's the title of the episode. Oh, the credits finally. I can't stop watching the episode. I'm free! I'm free! Yeah! So I assume they're not going to the moon. Okay, sure. Oh, sitting after credits. I don't know. You'll know me. You know me. If you want to skip the credits, you can skip the credits. I'll give my thoughts on the episode after the credits. So, you know, if you want to hear my thoughts, you know, just quickly go ahead and skip to the credits, or skip after the credits. All right. I'll be here chilling, you know, listening to the credits, listening to the cool music. Bum, 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 bum. By the way, I've been watching quite a bit of Parker Plays and Harvey Beaks. I'm sure a lot of you people don't know what either Parker Plays or Harvey Beaks is. Parker Plays, a pretty good TV show. Basically, is YouTuber Parker Games got a TV show for Disney XD, and it's like him just kind of playing games, but they have a whole bunch of funny skits. Do a lot of funny stuff. Harvey Beaks Nickelodeon show, animated, kind of about this, three kids, go on adventures in the forest. Pretty good. Got a lot of heart. Alright, there's still like a minute and a half. After credits. Stay tuned for bloopers and an important announcement about the future of the series. And then the next. Well, I mean, the season 1 finale has already came out. I'm assuming that season 1 is over at the time of me recording this, so I'm sure it's fine, right? I'm sure we're fine, right? I'm scared, guys. Hold me. Oh, hello. If you're here because you skipped the credits, yeah, I'm just waiting to see if there's any after credits. Is this? Oh yeah, there's no after credits. Okay. Why did you even skip the credits? You already know my thoughts on the episode. I didn't like this episode at all. I'm not gonna critique the whole, mystery part of it, the whole, how the mystery was unfolded, does all the information make sense, I'm not gonna critique all that kind of sort of stuff, because, like I said, I've been kind of tuning in and out to the episode, leading to me obviously missing some information, which, yeah, my bad, my fault. And maybe if I was able to completely tune in and be immersed, I might have not been as bored. Maybe. That's a big maybe, though. Because, to my belief, even if I still didn't tune in and out and was fully immersed, I feel like I would still be bored. Because I feel like this is just the most boring episode of Doctor Who's. I'm sure there's probably a worse Doctor Who's episode, and I'm sure I've already watched it. But this one, it's just, I don't know. I feel nothing, and this episode feels like nothing. It just, which is a shame, because I feel like if this was written in a different way, I feel like this episode could have been really good, but it's a lot of factors that I don't know, they don't hit right. They don't. Like I said before, I feel like this episode just had too much stuff it wanted to do, but I feel like if it was able to do all that stuff that it was wanting to do, I feel like it would have probably worked in the episode's favor. Probably would have made this episode a lot better, but this episode probably would have been 3 hours long then, and I don't think I would want that, to be honest. And compared to the last episode, the last episode was my absolute favorite episode of all of Doctor Who's, and I think it was the best episode of all of Doctor Who's. Peak Doctor Who's right there. It got some, genuine emotion out of me. It was utterly fantastic. And, to go from that episode to this episode, I'm just like, what? Always 15%. God dang it. Anyway, going from the last episode to this episode is just, oh, man. Because there was just, episode 11 had, such a clear purpose, I guess. Had, a clear, just build up, climax, and payoff. It had like a clear vision and just felt more linear, I guess, than this episode, which doesn't make episode 11 automatically better because it was linear. Just, I don't know. I feel like because of they played with the linearity of the story structure of the last episode a lot better. I don't know what I'm saying, actually. My brain's tired. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm even saying. Like, I somewhat know what I'm saying, but I also somewhat don't know what I'm saying, and I'm so tired. Here's another thing, though. I feel like there was also a lot of just, like, exposition in this episode. There was so much damn exposition in this episode, which probably also contributed to my just pure boredom of this episode. Again, comparing to all the rest of the Doctor Who series, sure, there's moments of exposition, a lot of expositional moments, but they at least spice it up with Doctor Who's comedy. This episode didn't do that, and I feel like it has a lot more of that exposition than the other episodes, especially compared to the last episode. And I really hope that... Also, I'm sorry for being so negative. I just, me, I have to be honest, but I really hope that the next episode is a lot better. Does make me scared, though, for the rest of this season. We only got 3 episodes left. We're so close. We're so close to actually finishing season 1. I've been watching this series for a year. I honestly... I took, like, month breaks. Like 4 or 5 months breaks away from the series. I honestly didn't think I would be finishing this series. But, like, once I got to, like, episode 8 or 9-ish, I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. But this episode right here makes me feel like I'm back to those older episodes where I wasn't as invested, and I felt like I really wasn't giving a lot of, like, good commentary, or I wasn't talking as much, and I had those moments where I was tuning in and out of the episode, like, a lot more this earlier episode. I fear that I'm going to go back to that state. I really don't want to go back to that state because they've been on such a roll. They've been on such a roll, like a dinner roll, and I'm so happy. I just really hope that doesn't happen. I won't end it with anything funny. That's just the end of the video.